on my side. So I'm just going to try. Let me do this. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to try and make sure that we do not waste much of our time. So obviously you did notice the questions that was sent in the group. So what I'm going to do very quickly is just to read through the given statement, and then from there we start answering the question. So the first question being question number 6, it reads as follows. So again, just in case if I'm breaking, just in case if it's blurry or anything, just make sure that you leave and then you rejoin. In case if it still does the same thing, then you can let me know. I'll try something. So 6.1 in the figure, point K. Wait, which figure now? So they're saying in the figure, referring to this figure, points K, A, and F, or they, lie in the same horizontal plane. I think that makes sense. So it's more like a KAF, they are on a flat horizontal surface. And TA, where is T? Where is T? Okay, there is T, and where is A? There it's A. Okay, TA represents a vertical tower. Okay, makes sense. So it's more like from down there going all the way up to T, it's a vertical tower. Remember, when something is vertical, it means it's just straight up, obviously forming a 90-degree angle with the horizontal. That's why you see those 90-degree signs there. Remember, guys, when something is written in this format, they are simply saying in triangle ATK, angle T, it is the one they are taking out. So let's see. In triangle A, where's A? There's AT, where's T? There's TK. Oh, that T is the one which is a X. Makes sense. Again, they say in triangle KAF, angle A, it's equals to 90 degrees plus X. Wait. There it's K, there it's A, there it's F. Oh, okay, now it makes sense. So that angle A, it is that. So let's see. Again, they say in triangle KFA, angle F, it is the one which is equals to 2x. Be careful, honorable members. They say where X is between 0 degrees and 30 degrees. That is what that means. It means angle X is between 0 and 30 degrees. And most importantly, they say TK, it's equals to 2 units. So that means in this case, they haven't actually specified to say that these dimensions are in millimeters, meters, centimeters, or kilometers. But where's TK? Let's see. Oh, there is T, there is K. I think the information that is given, it makes sense. I'm just not sure if all has been clear up to this point, or in case if there's someone who's got a question. Bantu Bagiti, were you able to catch all that I said? And is everything clear on your side? I'm just praying that all is clear, because the network it's not reliable on my side. I'm wondering if you guys are able to hear me and see there. Can someone confirm if all is clear up to this point? Silence. I'm getting worried.
Hello, sir. There's no sound. I can't hear you on my side.
Yo.
It's okay
No
for
sound.
me.
No sound.
Jackie says it's okay. Can someone confirm if it's clear? Matlatsi Sipuru, were you able to hear me, honorable member? Otembele?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can hear you.
Okay, 100%. Moleboge, you might need to leave and rejoin, honorable member. I wonder if you'll be able to hear that part because you are not able to hear me at all. So 6.1 is the information that I was reading. So let's have a look at 6.1.2. So they're saying
Hello.
express.
Hello, sir.
Yebo. Let me do this and say, so this is for Moleboch. Leave and rejoin. The reason why I'm writing is because you won't be able to hear me if I keep on saying that. So you will need to leave and rejoin. So when you leave and rejoin, it's more like you are refreshing on your side. So just before you suspect it's on my side, try to leave and rejoin. So let's see. They're saying express AK in terms of a sine X or sin X. Maybe let me bring this and check. AK, where is A, where is K? There is A and there is K. So what happens is the moment examiner talks about a 2 points, what you need to do is to ask yourself this question: in which triangle does AK lie? And secondly, have a look at the marks allocated to that specific question. You realize AK, it lies in this and that. But looking at the marks, it doesn't worth it to use the sine rule or the cosine rule in order to express that. Possibly, you might need to use this triangle. Why? Because it is a right-angled triangle. You can easily use the trigonometric ratios. So this is the triangle that we're going to use. We're having X there, and then KA, it is the one that we're going to try and express in terms of sine that. So remember, guys, AK is the opposite. Which trig ratio has the opposite, and that being the hypotenuse? Obviously, it's sine. So that means we're having sine of an angle. There is the reference angle. This is equals to a opposite. Opposite being AK over hypotenuse being that. So you end up cross multiplying where your AK, it is therefore equals to 2 sine x. I think it's done because we have represented AK in terms of sine x. With you doing that, I think that is how you will score yourself 2 marks for this question. I'm just not sure if there's anyone who's got a question in relation to that, or did that make sense to everyone? Any question, or did that make sense to everyone? Guys. Maybe the message is still on the way. I'll just be waiting for someone to respond.
Making sense, sir. Making sense.
Okay, I just got a response, 100%. So I'm just going to remove all of this as we move on to the next question. So let's see. Remember, guys, I just want to make sure that from time to time I remind you of the situation on my side. There's load shedding. I didn't even think this lesson was going to be possible. I was ready to postpone it to tomorrow. So let's try to see how far we can go. In case if we manage, then at least we'll know I wasn't disturbed by the net. Okay, let's see. Calculate the numerical value of KF. I think I'll have to write that in full. They're saying the numerical value of KF. The cream of the question, numerical value. So that means they want a number of KF. Mathematically, when something is written in capital letters, they're simply referring to the length or the distance between point K to point F. So that means you need to give the actual value. Whatever that you answer, it shouldn't be in a form of X, it shouldn't be in a form of sign whatever, cos whatever, but it has to be a numerical value. So now, let's see. You need to bring that and think about it. So let's see. It seems like they want K and F. In this case, you are forced to use triangle AKF because what you're looking for, the side that you're looking for, it lies in that triangle. So you don't have an option to say I can either use that triangle or that triangle, but you are forced to use that one. So very quickly, let me try to draw it there. Maybe we can get something there. So this is K, this is F. Obviously, you're having A there. And remember, they said this is 90 degrees plus X. And then this one, they said, is 2X. If you guys remember, we just calculated AK to be 2 sine X. So I think it is now easy because we realize that we can actually use the sine rule because we've got an angle and the opposite side, and we've got an angle and we are looking for the opposite side. So remember, when you use the sine rule, it depends on what you're looking for. Whatever that you're looking for, write it first or as the numerator. So KF is what we are trying to calculate. So that is why I'm going to say KF over sine of the angle, remember, is the whole of that, being a 90 plus an angle, which is equals to what are we going to have now? That side being KA or AK divided by sine of an angle. An angle is going to be 2x in this case, that one there. You only put it inside the brackets if it has a sign of a plus or a minus in between. When it's just that, there's no need to put inside the brackets. So now that means let's try to substitute. But at the same time, maybe let's try to work out this one. Can you guys see that you are having a reduction formula there? So this is where you need to remember the cast diagram. You say 90 plus takes you in which quadrant? In that second quadrant. In the second quadrant, is sign positive or negative? Sign is positive there. But because of that, then it changes to its co-function. I think it's going to be cos x, which is going to be equals to, what is AK? AK, it's actually 2 sine of x divided by, I think this one, because of that 2, it's called double angle. So when you check on your formula sheet, there is a formula which says sine 2x is equals to 2 sine angle times cos angle. It doesn't matter whether the angle is theta, 30, beta, alpha. Whatever the angle you are having there is the same angle. You know, it feels like I've done this before, but I wonder, when did I do this? I wonder, it feels like I'm doing this. Maybe it's because I'm practicing too many times, but it feels like I've done this before. But let's see if it's going to make sense. So that means KF, it's going to be equals to, obviously we cross multiply. Then we are having 2 sine of x being the whole of that, multiplied by cos of x being that one. The whole of that is being divided by sine of an x multiplied by cos of an x. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who realized that actually the whole of that cancels with the whole of that, and you end up having just 1. I think it's done. From what I'm saying, honorable member, KF, it's actually 1 unit. Guys, was that one clear, or did I lose you somewhere, somehow? Anyone who's got a question on that one? Hmm? Guys,
No,
guys,
sir.
guys,
No.
guys, guys, guys.
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I think also you will score a mark for you to expand that. And for you to work out that, you will also score a mark, and then you'll be given a mark for final answer. Even if you don't say a unit, you will score a mark. Reason to that is because the question did not say the length of KF, they just said the numerical value. So this is the numerical value for that. So I think very quickly, let's move to the next question. So I would like to just indicate to you guys that this type of questions are not that much complicated. It just gets tricky only if you don't know how to deal with the compound angles, double angles, double. So you need to be able to deal with those. So whether you're in grade 11 or 12, I'm telling you, in terms of you simplifying, is the same approach. You just need to be aware of reduction formulae, signing the cosine rule, double and compound angles. And most importantly, you need to be able to deal with the fractions. Otherwise, okay, let me quickly look at the next question. I think this one, we are going to have some fun on this one. And let's pray very hard that as I work it out, I make some mistakes, because that's how you guys are going to learn, through my mistakes. Okay, let's see. Question number 7, it's what we will be looking at. A corner of a rectangular block. No. Yes, a corner of a rectangular block of wood is cut off as shown in the diagram below. Number 1, you have to be able to visualize this thing. It might not be easy to visualize it. So in case if you've got an idea of what is going on there, Never assume it's everyone who understands what's going on. So that is why they even try to shade that, because they realize it's not easy for everyone to be able to notice that. But what happens is you initially had a block 3D. Yeah, when you get to varsity and you want to study civil engineering, this is what they will teach you, honorable members, how to draw a block in 3D and some other shapes in 3D. And you use that ruler where you draw everything, not necessarily everything, but using 30 and 60. So now, initially, it was a wooden block similar to that. When they say a corner is cut off, so from this corner, they just slice it very nicely such that it does that. They slice it from there, from that corner, they slice it. Mara, you guys are always slicing cheese there. So I don't think this one, it confuses you guys. I'm sure you guys, when you have that size of a cheese or margarine, you just slice it like this, then this half on the other side, and then the other one on the other side. Then this is you having 4 slices, and you are having a very nice meal with that size of a cheese. So let's see. That's basically what happened there, and we end up having something looking like that. So now they're saying, but most importantly, guys, most importantly, even this one, same principle as that. You just need to be able to interpret these things, or you need to be able to visualize that. So now the statement continues. It says the inclined plane, that plane, that is triangle ACD. Triangle ACD. Where's triangle ACD? Yes, the inclined plane. There's A, there is C, there is D. So they're talking about that plane. The inclined plane being a ACD is an isosceles triangle. Most importantly, isosceles triangle. So can you guys see? Very much important that you know what an isosceles is. So now they've just explained there. So can you see they're saying in triangle A, C, D, you are having a let me just say, keep it short and say you are having angle D. Because of space, you are having angle D being equals to angle C being equals to theta. From what I remember, if you are having these angles being equal, I think also these sides, they are equal. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I know. Because of these angles being equal, that means these sides are equal. I'm just not sure. Can someone just confirm for me there if what I'm saying is correct? So what I'm saying is, if from A to C is that, that means also here we are having that. Guys, is that what you know also regarding an isosceles? Same angles, same sides.
Yes.
Okay, 100%. So now the statement continues. Also, let me just quickly check. I was told you were out of the country, honorable member. I'm just not sure in the UK if you heard them saying also. They don't say also, but it's also.
Yes, I'm still out of the country and I sometimes
You,
struggle
you,
with network, but I'll be back
you know what
soon.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Eh, are you good outside, honorable member? Are you good
I'm
outside?
I'm good, sir.
Okay, so also ACB, in triangle ACB. Wait. In triangle ACB, angle C, it is the one okay. In triangle ACB, angle C, it is the one which is half of theta. These things can be confusing sometimes, honorable members. I'm well aware of that. As I'm reading this information, I also need to interpret it. Okay, so yes, is there I can see. And again, they're saying AC. Where's A? Where's C? There it's A, there is C. Okay. Let's see. CD, where's CD? There's C, there's D is 2x. It seems like the information given in the statement, it is fully represented on that diagram. So that means the given statement is now represented diagrammatically. So let's see. 7.1, they say determine an expression of this is how they wrote it in triangle CAD. Angle A, it's what they want you to express in terms of theta. I'm not sure if there's anyone who would like to suggest how we can work out this one, honorable members. Hmm? Anyone who would like to rise on a point of order? I'm just hoping it's not network. I wasn't sure of today's lesson, and I'm now getting worried. Guys, are you still there? Can you still be able to hear me? Hmm.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Remember, guys, in case if you've got no idea, just say no idea. Then I will know that you did get the message, but you just don't know how to work it out. Then I'm going to explain.
So what are we looking for? Are we still looking at the isosceles part of it, of the triangle?
Someone was saying something, but I was disconnected for some seconds. Muleboge, is it you speaking there?
Yes, it was. I was asking.
Ngolo. Did you get the question? Remember, guys, in case you've got no idea, let me know and I'll explain. I see Shirt is on the line. Offense is there. Mhm. Yes. What was the question there, honorable member? Mm. Jackie, can you hear me? Mahlatsi, I'm about to explain
Yes,
this
I
one,
can hear, sir,
which is
but
just
I
one
don't
mark. Let me
understand
explain. I'll
I
just
don't
make an assumption that.
understand. Hello, sir.
Okay. So, okay, Jackie, So
I'm sorry,
I
can
got your
you
point,
that
honorable member. So let me try
yes,
to
I
explain.
don't
So
yeah.
okay, find or determine an expression for the saying CAD in terms of theta. Okay, this is what you do when you come across this type of question. So they're saying in triangle CAD, then try to quickly draw triangle CAD. There it's A there, and then it goes down to C, and then there you are having D. So you now have triangle A C D. What do we know about this triangle? We know that this is theta there. We also know that this is theta there. According to this, they're saying determine an expression for in triangle CAD. Angle A, it is the one they want you to determine. Charlotte, I'm about to submit a motion of no confidence.
Your line is breaking.
Silence
I can't hear you.
in court. Utembel,
The network is so bad.
Your line is breaking.
are you also finding?
So we can't hear you properly.
I wonder if how about now?
So we still can't hear you.
You're still breaking.
Ati. I think we should postpone to tomorrow, say, because your line is very bad.
Guys, how about now? Is it better now?
You're still cutting.
Leslie, now. Okay, let's try
We
now.
are still cutting as
How
well.
about now? Still the same.
Yes.
No, much
yes,
better.
It's okay.
Breaking.
It's okay.
Okay. Okay. So I think I might need to just try and explain. So let's see. Here, you realize you're having a triangle with two known angles. So you can easily calculate that one by saying, you know, the sum of interior angles of a triangle, they add up to 180 degrees. So that means you are having this one being theta, that one being that, this okay, let me try again. Let's see. How about now? Still breaking, or is it better now? Can you see? Can you hear me? Okay, so this is what I was trying to explain. I think everyone knows this one. You say that angle, it's actually 180 minus 2 a theta. So can you see, you have expressed angle A in that triangle in terms of theta. There it is theta. Anything else, it doesn't matter as long as it's in the form of theta. And that's how for that question you just call yourself for that final answer. So I'm not sure if it makes sense, guys. So that means we are now having that angle being 180 degrees there, minusing 2 theta there. So I think now we are at that stage where we need to move on to the next question, which says prove that. This is what we are now trying to prove. I'll just have to quickly remove all of that. So we're trying to prove that cos of an angle being theta is actually equals to that. This type of questions, honorable members, are a bit tricky because you now don't know which triangle to refer to. But most importantly, because you realize the unknowns is theta there and another unknown is letter x. So that means look for a triangle that has those. That's how you know you are going to get to somewhere. So let's see. It seems like we do have this triangle that has enough information. We can maybe try to use that because we realize this is a triangle that has enough information. This one, we only know that angle. That other one, what do we know? We just know 90 degree there. And then the horizontal plane, what do we know? We just know 90 degree there, and we just know there's 2x there. It's not enough. But this is the triangle that has enough information. Let me quickly try to draw that and see if we can maybe get somewhere on that one. So this is the triangle that I'm referring to, A, C, and D. We know this side is 2x, and we know that this one is x plus 3. We know here we are having that. Also here we are having that. We just calculated this one to be 180 degrees minus 2 that. I think we've got enough information here, honorable members. I'm just not sure if I'm the only one who's able to notice that. So because of us having enough information there, that is why I'm suspecting this is the right triangle to use. We just need to prove that cos angle is equals to that. So you can either use the cosine rule or the sine rule. It all depends on the information that you have. Always remember, it's much easier to use the sine rule compared to the cosine rule. I think both are easy. It just depends on what you are trying to calculate. If we use the sine rule, let's see how far we can go. And again, if we use the cosine rule, we'll just try to check what's going to happen. Maybe let's start with what is it? The sine rule. We can maybe say a sine angle over that, and then sine angle over that. So it's more like I'm saying, what if we say sine of 180 degrees minus a 2 theta over the opposite side is 2x. And then there I'm going to say sine of an angle over a that. Hey, ungathi ngifake inkingeni lapha awuthi sibone. But wait. I noticed something there. The cast diagram. This thing is a reduction formula, honorable members. This one, it's a reduction formula. So 180 minus, it takes you back to that quadrant where sine is positive in that quadrant. So that means this thing, it's actually the same as sine to that over 2x, which is equals to. Still, this one, you can't do anything to that. It just remains as it is. And then from there, let's see. Guys, do you still remember that this thing is the same as, what is it? Is it 2 sine of an angle times cos of an angle? The whole of that is being divided by a 2x, which is equals to sine of an angle over x plus 3. I'm not sure if you guys remember that part. So maybe one can say, let's cross multiply, or let's just multiply with that. But just to keep it simple, let's say we cross multiply. So that means we are going to have, let's say we are going to have 2, obviously multiplying sine of an angle times cos of an angle times the whole of that, because we are now cross multiplying. Then this is going to be equals to, obviously there you can say 2x, which is multiplying sine of an angle. I'm not sure if you guys realize something. Something is cancelling something. This one is cancelling that, 2 is cancelling that, and then, okay, let's see. Remember, it is cos angle that we want to prove that is equals to the whole of that. So that is why on the right side, I'm just going to remain with cos of an angle. Then I'm going to say it's equals to. Obviously here, you are having 2. Let me write it there because of limited space. 2x multiplying sine of an angle. Then the whole of that, I'm going to divide it by what? By this and also that, because this is what I'm making the subject of the formula. So that means I'm going to divide it by 2 sine of an angle.
The screen is
and
blurry.
again, what is it x plus that. This is why I'm saying that cancels with that. I think I got it, guys. I'm just not sure if you were able to hear all of that. But I pray
The screen,
that
the screen,
no, I
sir, the
think I'm
screen is
still
not
okay
clear. We
on
can't
my side. Guys, did you get that part, or you couldn't see anything?
see, sir. The screen is black.
Let me do this. Let me take it away, and then let me bring it back. Uh, how about now? Still the same. You still can't see. Guys, still the same. You're still not able to see. I might need to re-explain it, but I just need a confirmation
I
if
can
you
see
couldn't
now.
see what I
I
was
can see. Oh, it's not really
doing
clear, but I can see.
there. Offense. Did you see? Can you see a kwenze njani?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, but did did you get a confirmation from your side? I'm suspecting you were not able to see anything there. Matlats, did you see what I was doing there? Or you're not able to see?
Oh yes, I saw,
I
sir.
couldn't
I
hear
saw.
that. Leslie, did you understand all of that, or does it need a re-explanation? Matlats was able to see. Charlotte, I'm not sure, honorable member, on your side. Does it need re-explanation, or were you able to see everything there?
Re-explain your screen,
Utembele,
and also your line was breaking.
Busisiwe. Yeah, I think let me re-explain it. Let me re-explain it. Okay, let's see. So what I was saying is, you realize you've got actually more than enough information. Let me also remind you guys of something. If you remember, because this is an isosceles, that means this side also, that side also, it's equals to that. But what I was doing there, it was to use the sine rule, because I've got an angle the opposite side, I've got an angle in the opposite side. So what I was saying there is, let's see, you are having, let's say, sine that angle over, obviously there you are having that. This is equals to, then I was saying sine of that angle there being sine of 180 degrees minus 2 angle over that one being 2x. I've applied the sine rule. Now I just need to work it out. So you can actually cross multiply, meaning you're going to have a 2x, which is multiplying sine of an angle. And this thing is equals to, you can still cross multiply that. That means you're going to have x plus 3, which is equals to sine of, but wait, this thing is a reduction formula because of 180 minus, and it takes us into the second quadrant where sine is positive. So that means this thing at the top is actually the same as sine of 2 angle. So now you realize this thing is a double angle. So you can just write this one exactly as it is because there's nothing that you can do there. This one, you can just write it as it is still because you want to deal with this one. And you know that this one, it's actually 2 sine of an angle, cos of an angle. But wait, up to this point, are we still together, guys? Or am I losing you?
Yes, sir, we are together. I understand.
Okay, 100%. So now remember, it is actually cos angle that we want to make the subject of the formula. So maybe let's say, let me keep it simple and not confuse you, and say cos of that angle, it's equals to, obviously, the whole of this being 2x multiplying sine of an angle. Then you divide by everything on this side, being x plus 3 multiplied by 2 sine of an angle. So can you see this cancels with that, 2 cancels with 2, and then you remain with x over x plus 3, which is equals to cos of an angle. I'm just not sure if it makes sense, honorable members, when you approach it using the sine rule. Does it make sense?
Makes sense.
Yes, sir, it's very clear. We
Okay,
understand.
100%. So maybe someone might be saying, how can we use the cosine rule to work it out? Because it can also apply. Let's maybe try to work it out and see how far we can go with that. Obviously, you know, you need a side, and an included angle. So that means we are actually going to be saying this side being the answer. So that side being an answer, which is x plus 3, remember squared, it's going to be equals to, you can say this side, what is that side? It's still x plus 3 squared. You plus it with this side squared. Remember, inside the brackets, both 2 and that. Then you know you minus 2 of the same thing. So you are actually minusing x plus 3, and you are also minusing 2x. And you know, most, this is therefore going to be cos of an angle. Before I even go deep, did you guys understand that substitution there? Does it make sense to everyone? Or do I need to explain what I was doing there?
I don't know. I understand
Me,
the formula for Cosine Rule, but the way you write it, I don't know. Where is this A? Where is the side B? Where is the side C?
Okay. Then I will need to quickly do that. Okay. Maybe let's engage Jackie. You see, this is capital letter C. So that means this is small letter C. This is capital letter A. That means this is small letter A. This is capital letter D. That means this is small letter D. So that means, to formulate in terms of letters, we are having a c squared being equals to, you can say, d squared plus a squared minus 2ab. d cos of which angle? Cos of angle C. I'm not sure if it now makes sense, the jackies.
I don't know, but what I know is when we are using the formula for cosine rules, we means maybe if we are looking one side, it means we must have
Yeah.
the angle opposite of that side, you know.
Yes.
So I think
Yes.
the sine rule is better for this. I don't know. I don't think for cosine it will
Oh,
work.
okay. No, I think I get your point, honorable member. So, this is what happens, Jake. It's more like you can either use the sine rule or the cosine rule. Why? Because you've got enough information. You have more than enough information. Because this small d, it is that. Why this? Because we know this triangle is an isosceles. This angle is equals to that, meaning this side is equals to that one. I'm not sure if you get this part, the jackies. So that is why we are therefore going to say this side being this one, and also that side being this one, cos of that angle, it's going to be equals to that side being that one. I'm not sure if I'm confusing you guys on that one. I just wanted you to see how you work it out using the cosine rule. But am I not confusing you there?
No,
No, sir.
no, it's fine because we already find the
Okay.
side C.
So, yeah, so this is in case you can't apply the sine rule. So I think it's worth it for you guys to notice how you work it out using the cosine rule. So let me continue. So C, where is C? There is C. So C is actually a x plus 3 equals to, what is D? There is D. Can you see? D also is x plus 3. And then now, you can say plus. What is A? Where is A? Can you see? There's A. Inside the brackets as 2x. A mistake that one is going to make, it is just to say 2x. It is therefore 2x squared and no longer 2x squared. Hmm? It is 2x squared and no longer 2x, all of them squared. Yes, that's what I meant to say. So be careful of that. Minus a 2 of the same thing, being x plus 3 and also 2x. Then we are having cos of angle C. I think now it makes sense. So can you see, guys, you're just being confused by us having those and not having the actual numbers. But the reason why in grade 10 they did algebra, it was to prepare you for this situation where you're dealing with this type of problems, where you need to now simplify. I'm just not sure if I'm the only one who's able to see something. Remember, what is angle C? We know what angle C is theta. So let's maybe substitute it as theta there. But someone might want to do an expression or expansion of that. But I might not do that. Why? Because I realize this thing is actually the same as that. So you can actually transpose this, take it to the other side, it's going to minus that, and you end up having 0. So it's more like this thing, it actually cancels with that. It's like you're having 2, it's equals to 2. This 2, take it on the other side, is 2 minus 2, it's 0. That is why I'm canceling. So also, you can take this to the other side. So that means it's going to be equals to negative into 2x squared, which is going to be equals to negative 2 into what are you having there? You have x plus 3, and you still have 2x. There you are having cos of an angle. I'm not sure if you guys notice something. You remember, almost, you are having invisible one power to power. But let's not even entertain that negative. Straight away, let's cancel that negative with that one. So power to power, that means you're having 2 squared and then x squared. What is 2 squared? I think that is 4. So that means you're having 4x squared, which is equals to this one. Let's leave it as it is. Why? Because we realize we will need it exactly as it looks. So let's not do that by that, that by that. Maybe we can just say this 2 multiply that 2. Then you know we are having 4x. This one, let's just keep it as it is. Let's just keep it as it is, because we realize we just need to keep it alive and not do that by that, that by that. So remember, it is cos x that we want to show that it's actually equals to the whole of that. So that means here you're having 4x squared. Remember, x squared is the same as x and x over the whole of that, which is what? 4x into x plus 3. I think it's now easy. That cancels that, that cancels that. So you can see that x over that is equals to cos of an angle. I hope my network was clear, Bantu Bakiti, because I think I've tried to simplify that explanation. Someone to just confirm if it's clear. Were you able
Yeah.
to hear? Were
Yeah.
you
Yes,
able to see?
yes.
Okay, 100%. So I'm sure you guys are able to notice that actually this thing of the sine and the cosine rule, it's not complicated. It's just a matter of simplification. So if you don't know how to simplify, it's going to be very much tricky. But let's just have a very nice cup of coffee and discuss something. Remember, all of that was allocated just for marks. But let's just try to discuss something, guys. Let me draw this thing nicely so that we understand each other. We know most isosceles means this angle is equals to that angle. So that means that is equals to that. Meaning this side is equals to that side. So that means we're having that plus that is the same as that plus that. Remember, this is A, this is C, this is a D. I'm just not sure if you guys remember they said this from there to there. It's actually equals to what? 2x. That means actually if you have a vertical line there, it actually cuts, or it results in these two triangles being equal. What I mean by that is that here you are having x, also here you are having x. So I'm doing this because of knowing that when you have an isosceles, the angles are the same, meaning you are having a 90 degree there. So this triangle, it's exactly the same as that triangle. I'm not sure if I'm losing you guys on that one up to this point. Are we still together there?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we are together.
Yeah, so now can you guys see? We can either use this or that. Which trig ratio has adjacent and hypotenuse? Is it not cos? So that means actually cos of an angle, it's equals to cos adjacent being x, cos h for hypotenuse being x plus 3. So with you doing that, I'm telling you guys, I will give you full 4 marks for that sketch there, and also for you giving that trig ratio. I'm not sure if it makes sense, guys. I'm just saying, always when you're dealing with an isosceles, just remember this and see what you can do, which could be doable. Makes sense, guys. Hmm? I'm about to now move on to the last question. I'm just not sure if all of that was clear.
Yes, sir. I understand why you use cos in this exercise. I understand. We can use sine
Yes.
and we
So
can use cos also.
yes. So it all depends on
Mm.
what you want to achieve. It all depends on what you want to achieve. So the cosine rule, the sine rule, or the trig ratio there. So very quickly, let's try move on to the last question, being 7.3. I'm just going to remove, yes, all of this, because I don't think I'm going to need that answer. I don't think I'm going to need that answer. So let's see. Now we move on to 7.3, which says if it is given that x is equals to 2, calculate a b, which is the height of the piece of that wood. Yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. The Can you see AB is the height that they want you to calculate, provided x is equals to 2. So it now becomes a question of, how are we going to calculate that one? But wait, anyone who would like to give it a try, honorable members? Anyone who would like to give it a try?
Sir,
Or are you still covering that side? Yebo.
would I be wrong to
Izame mo.
use it as a perpendicular height of triangle ACD?
Of triangle?
ACD, and use the previous trig ratio that you drew and consider AB as the perpendicular height of ACD. Can we draw it on the side so my explanation can be more clear?
Eh, no, no. Eh, okay. So it's more like you're saying we can maybe in this triangle of A, C, D, and you say you take this one. Okay, I think Offense's network had some issues. She had to go out there. I think she'll be back. So just to clarify that part, if that's what she's saying, it's not applicable because this thing, if you remember, they said it's a reg. rectangular block. So that means it was actually a 3D, something similar to that. It's like a loaf of bread. It's like a loaf of a bread. Can you see? So now they cut it from that corner there, and then they cut it nicely to join that part there, cut it nicely to join that part there. So can you see that top part? When you remove it, then you remain with this. So from what I'm understanding, which is what I'm assuming offense was trying to say, it's more like she was saying the height, that height, it's actually equals to that one, which is this one. So can you see? It can be because this from there to there, which is from there to there, it's way longer when you compare to that height. I'm not sure if it makes sense what I'm trying to say there, honorable members, because it is really not easy to actually explain this thing. I don't think, no, it's not easy, guys. It's not easy.
Sorry,
But
sir,
you
I
have a
don't
sense of what I'm
understand the
trying to
question.
explain there.
No, the question first.
So, okay. So the question itself, they want the height AB. So it's more like they want you to calculate AB. Maybe let me work it out just in case if my network is poor again. I think this thing also, it's actually cut this one from no. I think I've drawn it correctly. Yes, I've drawn it correctly. Okay. Let me remove all of that. I'll just try to explain it and see how far we can go with that. Hmm. Let me try to check something here. Remember, for you to get to AB, you need to ask yourself a question to say which triangle is connected to AB. You realize it's triangle ABC. That is your starting point. That is your starting point. Draw that triangle which is going to link you with that. So that is how, as a police officer, you're going to say, that's how I'm going to link the evidence. You need to know in which triangle are you having AB. Then you ask yourself, this ABC, is it a right angle triangle? Yes. Why? Because there is that sign there. What else do you know about this triangle? If you guys remember, we do know very well that this is actually half of that. What else do we know? I'm not sure if you guys still remember that we are actually having this thing here. Do you guys not remember that? Can you see? Now, let's see. If you guys remember, they said that is equals to that. So that means this is 2 there. If it's 2, that means this side is actually equals to 5. Before I go deeper, guys, am I not losing you there up to this point? Are we still together?
Yes, sir. Now it's clear.
Yes. So can you see, Jackie, it's not
Yeah.
really about the question being complicated or anything. It's just you knowing the approach. When they say AB, ask yourself a question. Which triangle is connected to AB? Then draw it and write all the information that you have. Sometimes the magic is you might not have that. If you don't have it, then this is where, for example, you can use the sine rule to find this side being hypotenuse. So that means you might be having this, you might be having that, you might be having that angle. But because you drew this, which is connected to AB, it's going to be easier for you to notice what's missing, because you have this. If you don't have that, it's going to be tricky for you to find that. So you realize this is another link. Then you need to use that to find this. Then once you have done that, you can now try to continue. Because it's a right angled triangle, that means you can use the trig ratios of cos, sine, or tan. Which one is suitable here? Let's see. I think
Sine. I can't sign. No.
sine.
Yes, because sine theta will give us
Yes.
the will help us to find the opposite, which is AB.
Yes, sine of which angle? Sine of that angle. It's equals to opposite being AB divided by hypotenuse.
5.
Our hypotenuse is 5. So that means AB is actually equals to that. So that means AB is actually equals to 5 sine of half of an angle. But now you realize there's something which is missing, being that. So a question is, can we not be able to do something for us to end up knowing what that angle is? Anyone who would like to suggest something?
I think so. We can use the cos theta that we found in the previous question.
Oh, you have a point. From the previous question, we determined that cos of that is actually equals to x over x plus 3. I think this is what Offenso was saying. I'm just not sure. But she said something along those lines. You are onto something, honorable member. It's just that the accused is not here to answer the questions. But I think Offense was on. So what are you saying there? I think it now makes sense, because we can say angle theta is equal. What is this? This is 2 mos. So it's more like it's 2 over what is this? This is 5. So obviously cos arc that of that. Then we're going to know what theta is. So what is theta? Just make sure I'm not losing you there, because if that is the case, you won't understand as we continue. Make sure you understand what we did there. So what is theta? If you don't understand, let me know. I'll quickly explain. What is theta?
66.4.
66.4. Is it only that? Can you, what is the next number? 42. Okay.
4 to 1.
So
4 to
that
2.
means AB, you can say it's equals to, I think it's done. Because now we know this is 66.42 or whatever. And then now you punch all of this. Remember, this is a angle, the whole of that. So it's actually 5 sine of half of 66.4, which is what? 33.21. 33.21. Can you see? Ngiziyenza ingqondo lapha. Are you guys getting an answer there? What is an answer for that one? Abanye baya ngale. Vuka malamba.
2.74.
It's
Vuka malamba.
2.74.
2.74.
5 sine
2.74.
32 that. Yeah. Yes. 2.74. units or whatever. I think they did not say units or whatever. You can still say units, or even if you left it as it is, I think I'm still going to give you a mark there. So that is the end. This is the end of this question. This is the end of our lesson for today. But most importantly, it wasn't really about getting the correct answers, but just to discuss how you approach this type of questions. I'm pretty much sure that you guys were able to realize that when the question says calculate whatever, ask yourself a question: what is connected to that? Then you draw that triangle and you write what you've got. Then you say, is it a right angle triangle? If yes, then you can use cos, sine, or tan. If it's not a right angle triangle, sine rule or the cosine rule. But this one, you realize it has that, meaning you can use those. So don't get confused by that. Never get confused by something being half theta there. Even if sometimes, let's say, they say 4 theta, never get confused by that. Sometimes they can try to be tricky and say 3 over 4, or maybe let's say 5 over 2. 5 over 2. Someone might get confused when it's written as 5 over 2, but when you say 5 over 2, you punch it on a calculator, it gives you 2,5. So it's more like this angle, it's actually 2,5 theta. You no longer need to deal with the fractions. Similarly, this one is the same as 0,5 angle. So it's more like they're saying this angle is half of theta. So you can just substitute it there as 0,5 theta. So because theta itself is 66, then that means actually this angle, the whole of it being that one, it's half of 66.42. So that half is there to just confuse you. I'm not sure, guys. Did that make sense to everyone? Can I now sign out? Yes, you guys attended till
You can sign out.
Yes, sir.
end of the lesson, which is very, very good. I think, let me give you guys the code for today's lesson. I'm just not sure of what is going to be the code for today's lesson. Okay, whatever that you learned out of today's lesson, just comment with that. It doesn't matter whether it's a sentence or whatever. You can maybe say, isosceles same, no, equal angles, therefore equal sides. That is a code, so that I've got an idea of what you guys were exposed to out of this lesson. And then in that way, I'm now aware that okay, on our next lesson, I won't have to repeat something that you've learned, something that you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jackie, what do I say? See, now I forgot. Wait. No. Don't say it. Don't say it, Jackie. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mono se Desmond Swepa.
Okay.
Almost. You're not satisfied, Jackie. You are not satisfied, and I know, but it's fine. Kancane. You tell me, the Jackies, in French, how do I say ladies and gentlemen? The same way I'm saying it. Not ladies and gentlemen, but ladies and gentlemen. How do I say it, Mjega? Jackie. Seems like Jackie is gone.
No, monsieur, monsieur et madame.
Oh, monsieur
et madame. Yeah, je vous quitte.
Madame. Monsieur et madame.
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Monsieur et madame.
Madam.
Nina so mono se Desmond so quit.
Yes.